Every business owner thinks their problem is leads, sales, hiring, money, and really that's not the truth. 9 times out of 10, those aren't the real issues. Those are just symptoms and not causes. The real cause of why most businesses stay stuck is that the owner doesn't actually know how their business works as a system. They're running the business from instinct, from emotion, and from habits they've developed before the business ever grew. And eventually that breaks. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact tactics you can implement that will immediately give you more clarity, reduce chaos, and help your business grow with far less stress. This is the framework I wish someone gave me when I was scaling my businesses, Showcar and Social Refresh, past the 7-figure mark. It took me over 5 years to realize this, but once I did, it changed everything. Let's get into it. At a certain point, when you've built and operated multiple profitable businesses at the same time, you start to notice patterns. I wasn't struggling because I didn't understand marketing or sales. Those were working. Revenue was coming in and teams were in place, but despite all of that, I still felt pulled into the day-to-day more than I should have been. That's when I realized the problem wasn't skill or hustle anymore. It was that too much of the business was still dependent on me knowing things in my head. The moment a business reaches real scale, memory stops working. Systems are the only thing that holds it together. Most businesses don't stay small because the market is bad, or because they don't have funding or any other excuse every other business owner has, or because the business is hard. Most businesses stay small because business owners are making the decision on emotion instead of information. That's what I mean. Most businesses wake up and look at their business like this. What needs my attention today? What fire do I need to put out? What did my client complain about today? What did an employee mess up? And they run the entire company based off of reacting off of common issues that are happening within the business in real time. They aren't following a plan. They're following priorities that just aren't using data. They're just responding. The problem with reacting is that it keeps you trapped in the present. You never get the time to think, and that's why most businesses never scale, because the owner is the bottleneck and doesn't even realize it. Think of your business like a pipe. At the top, you pour in water, and that's your sales, your marketing, your leads, basically at the top of the pipe. And as it flows through is obviously the operations to make sure your clients are successful. And at the end is your profit, whatever is left over, and obviously the successful clients. But in the middle of the pipe are the leaks, the forgotten tasks, the missed follow-ups, the unclear expectations, the sloppy handoffs, the owner doing things from memory. The leaks are the reason your business doesn't scale, because even if you pour more water into the pipe, you don't get more output. You just get faster burnout. Here's a secret that completely changed the way I build my companies. A business is nothing more than input, process, and output. That's it. Every business you see, whether it's Amazon, Tesla, your shop, your agency, your consulting brand, all of them are just machines that turn input into output and using a process in between. Input is obviously the clients, the leads, the opportunities, and obviously the process is how you convert those inputs into results. So obviously your service, your product, whatever it is. And your output is the profit and the growth of the company. If you understand this, you stop thinking emotionally and start thinking structurally. Because now the question is no longer, how do I work harder? It becomes, what part of the machine is broken? And usually it's the process, not the input, not the output, the process. One of the biggest lessons I learned came from running teams across multiple businesses at the same time. Even with good people and strong results, the same issues kept showing up. Missed follow-ups, inconsistent execution, and tasks everyone thought were handled. It wasn't acceptable at the level we were operating at. Once we enforced clear ownership and real definition of what done meant, execution tightened immediately. Revenue didn't spike because of motivation, it improved because the operation became predictable. That's when it became clear to me. At scale, clarity is leverage. If you only implement one tactic from this entire video, let it be this. Start tracking every reoccurring task in your business in one central place with 3 pieces of information attached to it: owner, frequency, and definition of done. Let me break that down. Owner means who exactly is responsible, not who can do it. Not one who helps with it, who owns the task. Frequency means how often does this happen? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Or only when it's triggered? And definition of done means, how do we know this task is 100% complete with zero confusion? If you want an immediate reduction in chaos, you want to know exactly what each task looks like when it is successfully completed. For example, send client updates is a terrible task. A proper instruction looks like send the client 2 photo updates per day between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. with 1 sentence explaining progress, 1 sentence explaining expectations, and tagging this update inside the CRM. This is a definition of done. When tasks look like that, your chaos disappears because your standards become clear. Now that you understand the concept, here's how to implement it. Step 1. For the next 72 hours, write down every task you do. Every email, every decision, every message, every step, every follow-up. Step 2. Ask your team to do the exact same thing. Step 3. Now take all of those tasks and categorize them by daily, weekly, monthly, per client, per project, per lead, per employee as needed. And step 4. Assign one owner to every single task. Not the team, not operations, not sales. One person, one name. Step 5. Write a clear definition of done for each task. Then put all of these into a simple task dashboard that resets automatically. This is how real companies operate. Not from memory, not from emotion, not from endless reminders, but from a structure. Repeatable playbooks that remove the need for micromanagement. The strongest businesses are not the ones with the best marketing or the most talent. They're the ones with the fastest feedback loops. A feedback loop means you learn quickly what is working and what is not. And here's how you create a feedback loop that has actually worked for me in my business and will work within yours. Every week, you look at these 6 numbers. How many opportunities came in? How many were acted on within the first 24 hours? How many of those actually converted? And how many were fulfilled on time? And one of the most important things that I really base everything off of is how many clients were unhappy. And a little extra bonus for the 6th one is how much money actually hit the bank. Those 6 numbers paint a clearer picture than 90% of businesses' dashboards because they show you volume, speed, quality, retention, efficiency, and of course, the most important thing within business, cash flow. If you review these 6 numbers weekly, you will always know which part of the business needs attention. You stop guessing, you start adjusting, and this is how growth becomes predictable instead of chaotic. The reason I'm so strict about structure now is simple. It's the only way multiple businesses can grow at the same time without chaos. When systems are clear, the business runs calmer, decisions get easier, and growth becomes repeatable. Ambiguity is the single biggest cause of mistakes, frustration, and rework inside the business. Ambiguity sounds like, let me know if you need help, do this when you get a chance, make sure this gets handled, I thought you were going to do this. This is how tasks fall through the cracks. This is also how clients slip away, this is how employees lose confidence, and this is how you end up stressed. Instead, you want to replace ambiguity with clarity. Clarity sounds like, this is the task, this is who owns it, this is when it happens, and this is what done looks like. This is where it gets documented. And the most important thing is this is how we confirm it's complete. Clarity creates consistency, consistency creates reliability, reliability, of course, creates freedom. This is the path from chaos to control. Here's the part of the video that can completely change your entire business in the next 30 days. I call it the 30-day business reset. Here's how it works. Week 1, document every reoccurring task and assign clear owners. Week 2, install your weekly scorecard with the 6 metrics I listed. And week 3, identify the biggest bottleneck based on the numbers and fix only that problem. Week 4, refine communication and how tasks are assigned and delivered. If you do those 4 weeks correctly, you will feel a clear mind, a more organized operation, higher output, less emotion, less stress, and more momentum. And the business will finally feel like something that you can scale instead of something that is suffocating you. Most people think that scaling a business requires some secret strategy or insane work ethic. But scaling is simply the result of understanding how the business operates, tracking the right tasks, making sure you're improving your communication, and improving one bottleneck at a time. This is how you shift from being an operator to being the architect within your business. If you want more deep CEO level breakdowns like this, obviously subscribe to my page and like this video if you enjoyed it. If you want help building these systems inside your company, I work with business owners directly and fix their internal operations. This is going to allow them to get their time back and actually truly scale their business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.